guys, it is April from Getting Hygge With It. Today I wanted to talk to you about the top 5 books that I read in fall. I read a ton of wonderful, wonderful things. So let's get into it. So the first book will come as no surprise. I adored The Kitchen House. My goodness, The Kitchen House was brilliant. This is by Kathleen Grissom, and we follow 2 storylines. We follow Lavinia, who's an Irish little girl that is moving with her family from Ireland to America, and much of her family dies, and she is literally bought by a slave owner, and she's put into slavery as a white girl. And she moves in with this amazing black family, and she's learning about slavery very slowly. She doesn't understand it. She loves these people, and yet the people at the big house treat her slightly differently because she's white, and she doesn't understand why am I different, and why are you treating my mama and papa, my adopted family, so poorly. So you're following that storyline, and then you're also following Belle, and she is a black slave, and she's got a black mother, and then she's also the daughter of the slave owner. So she's got this very interesting mix as well, where she's family with people up at the big house, and yet she's treated very differently because of her skin color. She's not acknowledged, and it's the stories of their 2 lives together and separate, and I loved it. I also have added to this list of my top 5 Glory Over Everything, which is the sequel to The Kitchen House. And Glory Over Everything, I can't go too much into because I feel like I'm going to give stuff away, but we follow 1 or 2 of the main characters in The Kitchen House, and we follow their lives after the kitchen house and everything happens in the kitchen house. We follow their journeys beyond the kitchen house. So good. Not quite as good as the first, not quite as good as the kitchen house, just because to me that's on a whole other level, but I would happily read these books over and over again. I would just love them. I also absolutely adored And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is such a fun book. This is about a group of strangers who are invited by, I think, this very rich person to come to his house, which is on this island. And they get to the house, and slowly, one by one, people are being murdered off. And as people are dying, it's becoming really clear that someone in the house is the murderer, and so they don't really trust each other. I was just so blown away. I didn't guess any of the plot twists. I was just like, I just couldn't put this down. I could not put it down, and I loved every second of it, and it makes me want to go out and buy all of Agatha Christie's books. As you know, I'm not really an enormous fan all the time of detective books. I've read Murder on the Orient Express, and I much preferred And Then There Were None, so I think I'm gonna pick up her standalone mystery, thrillery books for sure. It's so good. I also adored Little Women. I had never read Little Women before, and it just feels like a big hug. It's the perfect book to read at Christmas time, actually. I read this in November, and it was just the nicest time because we put up our Christmas tree early. We totally decorate really early. So I'm like super in the Christmas spirit, and this was just exactly what I wanted, exactly what I needed, and I can't believe that I hadn't read the book because I've watched the movie so many times, and the book was just as good as the movie. It was slightly different than the movie, but it was, I think, even more heartwarming and a little more innocent. It really narrows in on the girls when they're very, very young. So yeah, I want to read Little Men now for sure. And then the last book that I adored this fall was Sworn to Silence, and this is the first book in the Kate Burkholder series, and this was recommended to me by Julie and also Rachel, and I was so glad that I really started picking up these books because this is a great, gritty detective series, and it's so nice to find detective series that I really like, because you know that I struggle with that, and this is giving me a lot of hope. So this follows our main police detective, who is Kate Burkholder. She is the chief of police. She is a lady boss, and she's great. And she is living in this very small town, and there are a string of murders going on. There is a serial killer killing women in the most brutal ways possible. And she needs to find out who it is, and she suspects that she knows, because she suspects it's someone from her past, and it's a secret from her past that she doesn't want illuminated. Oh my god. It's so great to have a detective series that you can really get into where you care about the detective and they're super complex. They're not like that grumbly old guy who's, you know, down on his luck and also solving crimes. Like this, I was so invested in Kate. I'm so excited to read the rest of the series. So yeah, those were the 5 books that I just thought were the cream of the crop of what I read this fall. What was your favorite book you read this fall? I would love to know, and I'll see you next time. Bye!